All right, welcome back everybody, Reggie here. And in this week's episode, we're on episode 2 already, I'm going to continue the theme of minimalism and look at home automation. So my thought is to show you that yes, I'm a minimalist in some respects. I'm type A in all aspects, but I'm a minimalist in some aspects. I still love the technology, I still love the home automation, and so what I wanted to do is kind of highlight some of the things that I do to automate my apartment. So, all right, let's go. Turn all the lights off.
Sure, turning 13 lights off.
So the very first thing that I've got going on here, so I've got a 60-inch TV that I really like. I do use a Harmony remote. It's a little bit of an older one, but I like it in that I can create scenes, I can create and do things with a push of one button. So it essentially will turn on my TV, turn on my Apple TV or my 4K player or things like that. So I can do those sort of things. And then really what I've got going on here, this is really the brains of what I've got here. So I've got an Apple TV 4th gen. I've got the Bose speakers here, something like that, right? I've got my bridge, my Philips Hue bridge, and I've got the Apple Airport Extreme there. So those 4 things. So obviously, in order to use Apple's HomeKit, I had to use the Apple TV so that I can actually remotely control my lights and things like that. And the bridge just allows that. So you can connect up to 50 Hue lights or Hue bulbs up to that bridge. So just something that I use there. And then in the lamp here, it has 3 separate bulbs in it. So if I wanted to, I can control each one individually. Now I don't, but I could. Same kind of goes for up here on the hallway. So I've got 2 separate lights. Now that technically runs on a switch, but I like to just put 2 bulbs in there so I could technically control each one individually. And then over here, same thing. I've got the dining room, each bulb in there. And here in the kitchen, I've got 2 Hue strips. Got 2 Hue strips. Right now, they're just kind of that, I don't know, like an orange, just kind of give that amber look to it. I can control those individually as well, but again, I kind of tied them all together just to give that whole look. I've also got another light here, right? And so what I've got here though is iHome Switch. Now this little guy I love. So it kind of turns everything that I've got into a smart device if I want it to. And bedroom fan. So essentially I can run a scene. And so I run a scene there. I've got another Hue light in this lamp. And then as you saw behind my computer desk, I've got Go here. So all nice little things there that I really like to use that control my home and allow me to do certain things like that. I've also got, I forgot about it, also got a Google Home. Okay, that's how I control a lot of it when I'm not around. But for the most part, I do use Apple's version of Home, the HomeKit here. So what you can see is I've got my home. Right now I've got 13 lights on. Scroll up, you can see that I've got a lot of things turned on, and it's as simple as just pushing and now my fan in the other room is turned on. So some really cool things there that I can really control. I really like this setup. You can see I've got different scenes here set, but it's just a nice way of controlling all the lights and all the things that I have going on in my rooms. All right, so there you have it. So type A, minimalist as far as home automation. I mean, I've got all the right pieces in around the apartment, trying to give it so that it doesn't feel like it's overbearing or it's overdone, because I've walked into some where it's just there's too many buttons or there's just too many things going on. And with the approach that I've taken, I've just done essentially exactly what I need to do so that the entire house is automated, the entire apartment's automated, but it doesn't feel overdone. It doesn't feel like it's too complicated that I can't even turn anything on. So still, everything still technically has a hardwired switch, but I've done it in a way so that it just makes sense. I don't want somebody to come in and feel like, oh, I don't even know how to turn on your lights in your apartment. because that's not fun, right? And so part of my goal was to really make it feel like a home, make it feel like it just is integrated into the apartment. Because if it doesn't feel integrated, then it just becomes extra, it just becomes annoying, it just becomes a nuisance. And so I think that's important when the technology and your life just become integrated. They just become the same. And so you're not seeing the different pieces of lights or the hardware and everything like that. They just automatically work. That when I walk in and I say, turn off the lights, things just happen. So I hope you got something out of it. If you want to see more of what I've done with the home automation, make sure you leave comments below if you'd like to see more. Otherwise, I'm thinking I'm going to stick with this kind of minimalist type A style of my videos so far. So hopefully you got something out of it, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya!